Hi there, my name's Courtney Baker, 24 years old, from the UK, and I'm going through quite a hard time in my life right now. Basically, it's regarding my health. My heart rate just seems to be increasing very rapidly while doing, in a sense, I say, normal, um, exertion things you do daily, like walking upstairs or walking up a hill, and in all honesty, it's just scary because when I look back now, for the past, I say, month, um, I can kind of see my state deteriorating in a sense. Um, I suppose the biggest sign or biggest signs were when I'm walking to work, because I always walk to my workplace, and the effort it took to walk there was getting harder. Say I'm fine. I'm fine walking on level ground. Thankfully, I can walk on level ground. It's just when it comes to hills or stairs is when um like my heart starts to race very quickly, um, and I think when it first started to get a bit worse, and I noticed it when I was climbing the stairs. I was walking my normal route, and I saw this guy in front of me. Guy probably double my age, and he hopped up the stairs 2 steps at a time, and I thought I used to do that. Let me see if I can do that now. So I copied him, and when I got to the top, I was out of breath, and I was like, my heart was racing, and he was kind of like, he was obviously still in front of me, but he was like kind of just carrying on normally, and I thought that's definitely not right. Um, you can only see the top half of me, but I I'm let's say I'm in the right weight category for my height. Um, Prior to all this, I was doing a lot of exercise. I was doing my weights, just building my muscle and building my cardio levels. And then, like I said, keep telling people I felt as I was exercising, I felt much healthier, much fitter, because I was eating all the right things as well. Um, I was getting a lot of protein in me and enough carbohydrates for energy. Um, a lot of greens in me and fruit, and stopped drinking loads of sugary drinks. Like this whole year, September now, this whole year I haven't really touched any fizzy drinks. Only had about, I think, two or three the whole year. Most time I just drink water or squash, and even the squash I don't tend to have that too much because some of them have, like I said, some of them are even sugary themselves. But I just thought I'd make this video. I've got quite a lot to say, I suppose. I just thought I'd make this video to just voice how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and if anyone watches this, then anyone can relate to what I'm going through. Camera quality is very bad, and I know I look a lot darker than I actually am. But that's not the point. Um, Basically, currently, I am awaiting an echo diagram on the 14th, so in 3 days, and naturally, my mind's been wondering, querying, googling everything, to what the problem is, because I've been A&E a couple times, and the last time I went there was a few days ago, and they told me that I had no blocks in my arteries and that. So anytime I was experiencing palpitation, I wasn't just going to have like a heart attack. I didn't really understand that too well, but the doctor was very informative and actually listened to what I had to say. Unlike the previous time when I went on the 22nd of August, and I got kind of rushed through in a sense. Back then, I was still awaiting referral for any test at all from the cardiology department in my hospital. Since then, I had a Holter test, 24-hour ECG, which in fact was only about 20 hours, and they didn't pick anything up during that time, which was, to me, wasn't good because I knew still something wasn't right. Um, and even then, like, I went in there, got the test, I got the thing hooked up. They said just do your daily activities. This by this time it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and what the only thing I was kind of able to do was just rest. The next day, I went to the local supermarket, my normal route, and I'd done a bit of exercise to get my heart rate going. But even then, they never said, oh, this is what's going on. They just said to me, everything's okay, you're free to go, and it's just, mm, what the hell sort of thing. I didn't get a letter or nothing, or consultation about it, or results and that. Um, I went home anyway because I was told that I was going to have more tests done on the 14th. The echo diagram is the one which I feel will discover faults in my heart. I think, like I said, I was obviously googling, querying everything, and I think that there's a problem with one of my valves in my heart. It's I don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but from what I've read um, on the internet regarding the symptoms, it's feeling fatigued majority of the time. And to be honest, because I'm not even sleeping properly anymore, body keeps waking up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, regardless of what time I go to bed. I went to bed at 2 o'clock this morning and woke up at 5 and woke up at 7. Um, so fatigue. So I feel right now. I feel tired, to be honest. I was meant to go back to bed actually, but it never happened because I've just been playing this new game, Super Mario Maker. It's a very good game. It's off topic. Um, yeah, so I'm waiting out on Monday, and I think it'll discover something. The symptoms that other people are experiencing, other than the fatigue, was just like I said, what I'm going through, struggling to go upstairs, and which you normally can do. Um, and then it's just progressively getting worse. That's why I kind of like can't wait till Monday sort of thing. And even on Monday, after having the test and that, and um, things they might even pick it up, and that's what I'm worried about. That's what's sort of scaring me the most sort of thing. And it's just like if they don't pick anything up, then I'm gonna have to go like elsewhere sort of thing or something, because just even just thinking about it just scares the living hell out of me, because I like I said, I'm literally struggling to go upstairs and that, and that's just scary. Um, Particularly, I don't even want to right now. I don't even want to go outside. Don't want to. I just don't want to aggravate my heart in a sense. You know what I mean? Yesterday I went out. I just went to the supermarket with my dad. Um, that was all I'd done all day, sort of thing. And even then, I was a bit anxious, and naturally so. Just waiting causes the anxiety, and when you feel your symptoms are getting worse, gradually getting worse, just building that anxiety. And for the past this whole week, I've had to be in the house alone. Um, Like, it's just the thought that if anything happened, then there's no one even here, sort of thing. And even this morning, yesterday morning, I had more palpitations. Yesterday morning, I literally woke up, got out of bed, went to the toilet, went downstairs. Palpitations started coming on, and this was like I think 7 or 8 in the morning. And then I went upstairs, laid down, and then rang my dad. But then I think after I heard his voice, I started to calm down. Then even this morning, I woke up and woke up at 7. And I yawned, and then my heart started racing really fast again. And then this time I got up and sprinkled my face with water because I've heard that helps to put your heart back into its normal rhythm. And yeah, that's another symptom of palpitations. And I had one on Tuesday, had one yesterday, had one today. Um, I didn't have one on Wednesday though. It's alright that day, but once again, it's just I'm laying here and I don't know how I look to other people. Probably don't look that bad, or I might look really bad. I don't know, but like I say, I don't even want to really get up and just look about. But when I get up, my symptoms are that my heart rate just skyrockets. So just getting up goes up by 30 and 40, 30-40 beats per minute. And from what I've read about that is it could be POTS causing that. But then I read somewhere that when people have POTS, when they get up, so their heart rate goes up quite high, but then they feel lightheaded because I think their blood pressure goes down, and I think also their their heart rate doesn't go back down in a sense after X amount of minutes, like 10 minutes or something like that. However, I also read that you don't necessarily have to have the blood pressure change to be diagnosed with POTS. But then there's other things as well, just regarding your posture, which causes it to rise, which is another thing. So that's the first thing that happens to me. So I was very wary when I sit up, like if I want to go to the toilet. The toilet's only next door as well. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, and then the next thing is the skip beats. And they're called ep, I can't even pronounce it. Epcoptic, ECOPTIC. I can't pronounce it. Epcoptic beats. Premature beats. I've got an explanation on my computer about it. But in other words, basically just skip beats. And beats that you can feel. You feel your heart misfiring in a sense. Can vary from feel like a thud, like it's being squeezed, or feels like being tickled, or them sort of things. And I can experience that when I'm resting. Like now, I can experience one. Generally now they mostly happen when my heart's racing. That's when they happen the most often. Yeah, I don't like those at all. The first time it ever happened was when I was about 13, 14, and we was doing rugby in PE, and we was training, and one of my friends tackled me, and I felt my heart skip a beat, and I've never experienced that before, like ever. I know it's normal when it's a normal thing to feel, say when you're excited or if you're shocked, sort of thing. That's a normal one. But this one, there was no reason to be. I wasn't really excited and wasn't shocked or anything. But it happened, and I told my dad, and took me to hospital, took me to the doctors, emergency doctors. I had to wait there for quite a while, and they just said everything was fine in a sense, not to worry and that. Took it like that, and then from there I suppose it got kind of worse because I I went through a phase where I had the palpitations. Had my first palpitation. My heart was racing, 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 racing. You know, the do 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 do. But I wasn't out of breath or anything. Just racing, and went upstairs once again. My dad was upstairs again, and told him to just sit down and calm down. Once I calmed down, it slowed down, but it was like the feeling of it was just so scary. The first time it happened, as everyone says, it feels like you're having a heart attack, but we say none of us really know what it feels like because we never had one. But what we always hear on the TVs and in documentaries and everything that we see, if it's your heart playing up, then it must be a heart attack. So we left it like that, and I rested in my dad's room for the rest of the day. Calm me down and that, and then I can't remember when it was next time, but soon after, or months after, weeks after, I can't remember. Once again, I lay downstairs, and I had another palpitation, the same thing, and this time I was just like, I was really, really panicking, and I can't remember if we went doctors again or if we went hospital that time. I remember I had it either 2 or 3 times, but I just remember being told that it was most likely the inhaler I was taking which caused it. I don't know if that was like nonsense. I think it was, to be honest. I remember going, I do remember the time I went to hospital regarding I went to A&E. I was sitting here on my bed and doing something, probably watching a video, eating a cupcake, and the heart started it's like a switch, just a switch just turns on, the light switch, and then it just started beating fast, and it was like I wasn't even, these times it was like I'm not even anxious about it, I'm not even thinking about it happening. These days it's a sense that I know it can happen, so if it does happen, then naturally, obviously, it's most likely because I'm thinking of it. But then at them times I wasn't, so it was more so scarier. So I think I told my dad. He was like, okay, we'll go to A&E and that, and before I even got a chance, I suppose, to even get me to there, I just rang the ambulance, said to them my heart's like beating really hard, blah blah blah. I can't remember what she said to me over the phone. Probably just check my pulse or something like that. But when you're panicking like that, who's gonna check their pulse? So I just told them it's my heart, it's my heart, it's my heart. I remember saying that, but then then the ambulance came quite quickly because they're only up the road. And they came quite quickly. I heard the door open, and they checked my pulse and that. They took me into ambulance, took me to A&E. To name it was kind of like another day, I suppose, because people have panic attacks just randomly, and I suppose it's only a worry. It's a huge worry when the person's experiencing these things, if they pass out, if they're being sick, if they got chest pains, that sort of thing. Then it's a worry. But to say every time I've experienced palpitations, it's only ever been the fast heart rate. Of recent it's been fast heart rate. It's hard to say, and like loads of skip beats while it's happening, which is to me now the scary part. That never happened before. I don't know if that's a link to the valves and that. If that's why it's causing it to start skipping beats. Yeah, that's my experiences from when I was a teenager. So from then, I kind of just said, okay, I gotta live with this, accept this, and I got on with life, like just normally, I suppose. So we went back to school and that. Well, still at school at the time. In college, had no problems at school, college, even after college. Was unemployed for quite a while. Had no issues there. I think the only problem was during the period from college up to like the job I'm working at now. So my anxiety was building up because I spent most of the time indoors alone, not interacting with people. So when it came to time when I left the house now, I did actually have a panic attack in the supermarket. Um, and by myself at this time, but because I had experienced them before, it didn't really affect me that much. I just went to the bathroom, just maybe I did sprinkle my face with water to calm down, sort of thing. And yeah, now reading up that cold water actually does put your heart into its normal rhythm. It can do, not all the time. Maybe that's what I've done, possibly. So yeah, like I said recently, my symptoms now are like I got a sore chest like every day. Every day my chest is sore, and sometimes my arms feel a bit weak. They're all right now. Earlier they're feeling a bit weak. My head, sometimes I feel a bit lightheaded at times. Not like horrendously lightheaded, like I'm gonna just pass out, but sometimes I just feel that's me in a sense just spacing out. Um, Maybe thinking too hard and that, and just being afraid of losing control. And see, palpitations is the other symptom, and the skip beats during the palpitations, which is the scary one. The skip beats at rest, and the very fast increase in heart rate. My heart's having to work a lot harder from normal exertion. So it's a lot of things going on, and obviously I put some down to anxiety, which is obviously being built up through having to wait for these tests and experiencing these physical symptoms. That makes me think they're gonna happen more so and more severe. So that doesn't help. Thankfully, I have a really good, supportive family and friends. Most people at my workplace are missing me. I haven't been back to work for 3 weeks, and my family are very supportive as well. More so than just my mum and dad. My brother's finds it hard to communicate, sadly. Um, he never really asked me how I am unless something happens. Like the other day, we was in the cinema and I went A&E, and then when I came back home, he asked me, "Am I okay?" But it's funny enough because I had a panic attack obviously in the cinema, and then we decided to go A&E just to be safe. And when we was texting him to say basically pick up our bags and stuff, because we won't be coming back now just to finish watching the film. He didn't even ask, "Oh, is Courtney okay?" sort of thing. I just think, wow. My mum's gone on holiday right now, so my dad's being like pretty much the rock. Took me to A&E, like I said, on Tuesday. he has to go work as well, and he comes home and always asks me how I am. I was still encouraging me to get out of the house, and like I done yesterday. I think to myself sometimes, like on the Tuesday, I said to him, I don't know what I would do without you two, like you and my mum. Um, it's, I think, I think because they're so strong as individuals, and I've picked that up as well. I can use that to keep fighting and keep going on. Um, but if I didn't have that, then I don't know how long I'd be able to go on for. Yeah, it's the sad part. Um, and just just this past month, just been horrible. Birthday, for example, my birthday was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks and 1 day ago, and I turned 24. Just ruined the whole day. Like these symptoms ruined the whole day. It was meant to go on the Skylift, so a cable car over the Thames, and I had difficulty climbing the stairs. And I think that was the day when I realised something is definitely not right here. The thing is, I put it down to the fact I had flu about 3 weeks ago. So I thought when I get better now, um, when I get better, like all these symptoms will go away. But they never did. The thing was, 2 weeks ago I was going through the symptoms I'm having now, plus fever and a muscle ache all over my body. At this point, I just didn't want to leave my bedroom, and that's how I feel now. The only difference for now is the fact that it wasn't that back then. It was kind of a mental thing and a physical thing. I suppose it is still now, but no, not so much the mental part, I guess, because back then I was very low. I just didn't want to do anything. I managed to pick myself up when it came to 2:30 when that's when I leave for work. But even work was like last few days of work before I took annual leave, and then being off sick was difficult. Um, I didn't want to stress myself because I knew that obviously stressing myself would increase my heart rate, which would cause my symptoms to happen. And I noticed that even climbing up the stairs at work was getting more difficult. Those are the signs, and once again, I always put it down to the flu, and I thought when the flu goes away, I'll be better, but it just never happened. So, yeah, I hope. God, there's so much more I want to say. I've done a video like this yesterday, probably repeated myself a million times. But I know it's not very much a professional video, just an amateur video, just raw. And I haven't rehearsed any of this. I'm just talking about just about everything, I guess. But yeah, when I was googling like what I could possibly have, it got to the point where I thought I had everything, because I suppose every disease, or say every heart disease, have very, I suppose, similar symptoms. Because the heart is involved in pumping blood around the body, and obviously to do with the oxygen in that. It obviously links to you're not getting oxygen in your brain and that, your legs and whatnot. It'll cause problems like you feel lightheaded if you don't get oxygen in your brain. To the point if you don't get any, you'll pass out. If you don't get any in your legs, your legs obviously feel weak. Symptoms, they say chest pain. I think that's due to blocked arteries, clogged up arteries. What else? Nausea. Not sure how to explain that one. Um, I said shortness of breath to do the oxygen. That's, like I said, the body's not pumping properly, so it's struggling. And also you increase heart rate, palpitation, because your heart's working harder to do stuff, because obviously there's an issue. So naturally, most of the diseases have similar symptoms. I suppose it's hard for them to distinguish which ones are which one is what. So once again, I thought I had everything. I said to myself, I have PSVT, SVT, because my heart rate would just speed up stupidly fast through no exertion. Through no exertion, at rest to fast rate. I'm still convinced I got that. They say it's like a dog chasing its tail. That's the kind of analogy they say for your heart, because naturally your body runs off electrical signals. So electrical signals that are doing your heart rate. If one goes too early, so it's trying to catch up. I'm not explaining it very well at all, but it's trying to catch up. And I think it's either that what they say. It's like I said, the dog chasing its tail is like in an endless loop. And you can imagine the dog's never going to catch its tail, sort of thing. So your heart's doing that, and obviously there's ways to correct it. Like I said, the splashing of the water on your face to shock the nervous system back into your normal rhythm, and that. I think they call it the vague maneuver, which is not safe because you can pass out from it. Coughing as well helps. Emptying your bowels, like pushing down hard, can help. Those sort of things. Even staying hydrated, they say, can help, and making sure your potassium levels and whatnot are steady. So yeah. So I thought I had everything in a sense, and I thought first I thought I had that. Then I thought I had AFib, because once again I was reading symptoms that doctors were saying is feeling people with AFib. But they said they felt fatigued, they felt like a diminished version of themselves. But then I read that their heart rate is like it just varies, like it goes fast, slow, fast, slow. It's like very random sort of thing. But that's what I thought I had that, but then I thought maybe I probably don't. Then there's many other ones. I can't remember the other ones. A couple other ones, but they seem to be more severe. And I thought, well, I'm not. Like I said once again, I'm not passing out or anything, so I don't think I've got any of those. And then, but every day, like I said, I'm just still trying to figure out what it was. And then I'm always convinced that I know what it is eventually, and then when something happens again, I'm like, let me do some more research. So it was yesterday night. I went downstairs to get my dinner, came back upstairs, and once again my heart was racing fast, because I have to take it so easy. I go down 12 flights, no, sorry, 12 steps to go to my ground floor of my house, and then I see my heart's racing a bit. If I decide to just come back up the stairs straight away, then that does not help at all. I can't really put a number on how fast it is. Say average maybe 160, 170 plus. Yeah, I'd say around that mark. And I sit down, and then so when it gets to that speed, that's when it starts to skip beats and that. So naturally, I'll sit down and it will usually skip a beat. So I looked up one more time, and came to the conclusion that I think, as I said at the start of the video, I think there's a problem with one of my valves. There's many different things. I think there's a few different damages to it, and that naturally, the longer you leave it, the worse it will get. Hence why the symptoms get worse over time. And people simply just adjust their lifestyle to the worsening the symptoms. They say, I had a question and it said, do you work harder? Do you do more cardio, or do you kind of take it easy in a sense to kind of submit in a sense to the symptoms. So I thought, and I read actual users' symptoms, and they were saying stuff like what I was going through. Literally, they said they're struggling to go up flights of stairs now. They said some of them, there's a lot of them quite a lot older, and they're saying how they just put it down to age, being a bit out of shape. But I thought, no, it's not that. Then another woman, she's like me. She was like doing her cardio and all of her exercise and that, and then she started to struggle to do the exercise. I think they said she couldn't keep up and that, so that is when I thought, I think I got this. But then actually, when I read into it a bit further, then it spooked me in that. But what I've done was I read up on how it's detected, and they did say it's through echo diagram. And I think that is when they put the gel on your heart. Well, I can't remember if I had one before or not. I had X-ray. No, I think I just had X-ray, my chest, to see if my heart was enlarged and whatnot. But I said this will discover the problem, so that's why I'm thinking. That's why I'm pretty confident that they will discover an issue on that day, and then I'll get some more tests. If they don't, then I'm just like, oh my god, sort of thing, and I have to go somewhere else. But I said on Monday, in 3 days, I'm getting the ECG, and then I'm going to see a consultant a couple hours later. And what I'll do, because my hospital is so close to my house, I'll literally just go there 9 o'clock in the morning, get the test done, and then I don't know if they'll tell me to wait there. They might say, oh, maybe we discovered this, just like kind of wait here, sort of thing. Or if not, then I don't know how long the results will take, and I'll go home and that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time not. What I was reading up about it was that when there's an issue with it, some people don't experience any symptoms at all, whereas obviously others do, and they need treatment for it, and that can be through medication or surgery to they say repair the valve or replace it. Obviously replacing it will mean that obviously it's in a worse condition, worse state, and if they can either replace it with I think a biological valve or a mechanical one. And they said if it's a biological one, then you'll need to take medication to stop clots for a few months, and if you have a mechanical one replaced, or that mechanical one put in you, then you take it for the rest of your life. Like I said, if it's a biological one as well, you have to um, get it redone. Uh, get it redone in like 15, 20 years, they said. Mechanical ones, don't have to get them replaced, I don't think. So that's kind of spooked me as well. Naturally, obviously, I'm looking way too ahead. Um, way too ahead of this. But I'm just hoping that they do discover it and I'm offered and given my options, then most likely I'll hoping that I can just get it repaired. Because I think to myself, the medication, what medication would they give me? Would it just be a medication to lower my heart rate so it doesn't like just skyrocket when I'm going upstairs? But if you do that, to me, I'm thinking you're not really solving the issue. You know what I mean? You're just kind of nullifying it. And surely it would still gradually get worse. Um, to the point where the you need the surgery in the end, and possibly by then you might need a um more severe surgery. So possibly you might need the replacement valve. Once again, I'm looking way too ahead of it. I might be completely wrong. Uh, I'm not really. I'm not like. How can I put this? I'm not silly. I'm not stupid. But I say that I'm not intelligent. But I got common sense, and I know my own body in a sense, and I know something's not right, and it's just limiting my lifestyle and that. I look outside and the weather's nice, and I'm stuck in here. A lot of the time, I'd be happy to just be indoors playing video games. But when you're struggling to do normal stuff, say normal stuff, I'm saying walking, having a nice long walk, with a bit of hills and that, it's really upsetting. Like, at least back then you could say, okay, I'll play games for now, but you know what, I might go out, go see my mate, or go do something sort of thing, you know. That's not an option. It's not an option. I say that, I can do that, but I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable seeing anyone in my current state. It's this whole period has sapped my personality. There's times where it comes back out, but it's only temporarily. Like I can be cheeky, can be funny. You know, I'm at the same time very polite and well mannered. Naturally, obviously, I still got my manners and that because manners don't cost anything. But my humour and that has, like I said, been sapped just because the anxiety is just kind of taken over. So my dad would make a joke. I came yesterday and he said, "You still alive in there?" And I just had to laugh, sort of thing. Thought Dad keeps making he's always made them sort of jokes. So I just thought, yeah. Said, "Oh yeah, I'm still here, still hanging on." Yeah, so I think I'm gonna end it here actually. Um, I don't know. I don't know who will see this video, but I hope that whoever it does help them to let them know that they're not alone. Probably loads of people in the world going through what I'm going through, what you're going through. And suppose I'm the lucky one that I live in the UK, where we do have free healthcare. Um, Obviously, I work, so what I say. Obviously, I do work. I work in a care home. Look after very elderly people. Well, I say look after them. Actually, I work in the kitchen, but it's part of my job as well to look after them. But, so I know I pay my way into society. Not to say, I suppose it does come across that I'm saying, well, because I pay my way, I deserve the resources that they have an option, that they have an offer. But I just thought to myself, if anything does ever happen, then at least you know that they're there, and the NHS do a really good job. When I went to A&E the other day, the staff there are just brilliant. I'm not saying every department in the whole hospital has great staff, because the cardiology department, there's there's some in there. There's one in there who I just detested. Um, and I saw her again the other day when I went up there, and it's like they're the ones who need to go. But the ones in the A&E department, very friendly, very polite, very helpful, and very reassuring, which is the main thing. It's just like when you've got staff who are negative, it's worrying because you're trusting your health in their hands. Like we can't, we can't read um, graphs about our, what signals our bodies are giving off. We can't interpret it because we haven't learned how to. Only they can. So if they're like really rude or aggressive and that, I think they could be talking any old nonsense, and it could be something wrong with you they don't say. Or they say, oh, it's not bad, just go on your way. But no, like I said, hopefully someone's seen this video, even if it's just one person. If you made it this far, then thank you. I do waffle on a lot, partly because I'm bored. I'm just bored and lonely, angry and upset and irritated and anxious. Everything. So sometimes I just want to cry. But just tears just don't come out. That's the worst part. Tears just don't come out. So I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching.